In today's video, we're taking a look at how to make the creamiest mashed potatoes easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do. Everything that we use on the video, we're gonna leave a link on the description. So you woke up today and you noticed that the holidays are coming, or you have cravings for that creamy, buttery mashed potato. Don't worry. Here at the StatUpBox team, we've got your back. So no matter what potato you use, the technique is going to be the same. But here at the StatUpBox team, we just pick whatever's available at the market. But if we're able to pick, it's either Yukon Gold or Russets, or a mix between both. But if you go down the rabbit hole, there's more than 200 different types of potato. But let's forget about the data and get back to our recipe. So now that you've got your winning potatoes, the first thing that we want to do is go ahead and wash them with water at the sink, or wherever your best location for cleaning things is at. The laundry room, the patio, your parents' house, your friend's house, the neighbor's water. Now that they're washed, we want to go ahead and peel them. This is a time where you can show your ancient knife skills passed down generation by generation, or you can just use a peeler, which was also passed down from the manufacturer to the shipper to the driver to the mail person, then finally to your house. So grasshopper, don't be ashamed of what technique you use. You are the king, queen, both or none of your castle. We all know that the rest of the members in your household are just there for the ride. Wink wink. A pro tip, if using a peeler, usually at the end of the peeler, it's what's built in the peeler to remove any black spots or dark spots on your victim, I mean the potato. And to maintain the potato in its original color and not changing, even though that's a cool trick, we're gonna place them in cold water as we peel them. Now the technique that you use to cut them up in cubes is up to you. Either small cubes, bigger cubes, halves, quarters, triples, doubles, RBIs, or even your occasional home run. It's valid because at the end of the day, they're all getting mashed. What would be of us if we don't treat our guests with pain? I mean with love. The only rule of thumb is to have them the same size as possible so they can cook all together the same. And we're using about 2 pounds, which is about 907 grams. But if you're using more, just double the recipe. If doing less, just divide it. If doing the whole bag, just find the square root, use some calculus, some algebra, and probably some biology. Now that we have our potatoes cut in pieces, so we're gonna take our victims, I mean potatoes, and take them to the stove. We wanna get a pot that covers all the potatoes at least 1 inch above the last one, because if they could sneak their head above the water, they won't drown. I mean, they won't boil correctly. And you'll have some that are uncooked and some that are cooked. To the water, we're gonna add 2 or 4 dashes of salt. Not only this is gonna help the cooking process, but it's also gonna give it that nice taste on the inside. And even though that it looks like a lot of salt, remember that you're gonna throw out the water eventually. So now, starting from cold, we're gonna raise the temperature to the number 3 or medium low. And what we're looking for is a soft boil. And we do a soft boil because the last thing we want is salty water on our stove. But if you do get some, we do have a video on how to clean a glass stove top. Easy and simple. We'll leave a link on the description of this video. And usually from 15 to 20 minutes should be enough. We take our fork or a sword or whatever utensil of your choice and poke at the bear. If you notice it's squishy and soft on the inside, that means it's a good bear. If it still feels hard on the inside, then it's a bad bear. Run away and let it rest more time. So now that we notice our fork goes all the way through, we can go ahead and dump the water. A pro tip, hot boiling salty water thrown on weeds sometimes kills them. So like that, you get a 2 for 1. We're gonna go ahead and turn off the stove, but we're gonna place the potatoes inside the pot on that particular stove burner so it could keep hot, and at the same time help them to dry out more, so like that the potatoes have a less water content on the inside. So basically you're helping them lose weight before the holidays. Who said you're not full of love? Now on another stove burner, we're gonna melt 2 to 5 tablespoons of butter, which is about 28 grams to 70 grams, depending on how buttery you want your mashed potatoes. Once our butter is melted, we're ready now to heat up our milk or heavy cream. And we're using 1 cup of milk, or about 240 grams, or the equivalent of heavy cream. And we're just looking to warm up the milk, especially if your milk has been on the refrigerator. Now we're ready to mash our potatoes. You can either use a masher, a ricer, your bare hands, your claws, your crown, your spouse, friends, or family members' toothbrush. Whichever technique that you use, we're gonna get there. Don't worry. They don't call you the master smasher for no reason. And the reason that we don't worry is because the hard job and what's gonna make it smooth is the spatula. So once we fill is 80% smooth and we don't have any chunks or lumps, we're ready to add our butter in parts. You can choose to do it in 2 parts or 3 parts. Not only this helps to make it fluffier and creamier, but it gets a better consistency all the way around. As you can see the progress, this is getting creamier and creamier by the moment. It seems like it's gonna get rated R any moment now. Now that your fine self using that apron has turned up the heat, we're ready to add the milk or the heavy cream in parts as well. And this is the most important part of the whole video: how soft, how creamy you want your mashed potatoes. So if you notice you've gotten to a point that's creamy enough for you, you can stop adding milk or heavy cream. And that also works if you notice you want it extra creamier, then you can add more. Remember, you are the samurai of your Ninja Academy gaming school. A pro tip: switching arms is going to give you a more even pump, because there's nothing more sexy than a pump in your arms, a crown on your head, an apron on your body. Meanwhile, you whip that creamy mashed potato. Now you've become the talk at the dinner table, not only because of the mashed potatoes, but also because nobody else does it like you do. You can pat yourself on the back for a job well done. Don't forget, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone in the StatUpBox team or someone in the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.